So normally we're working on something like this, or something like this. But that's not the case today, and that's why I need your help. Because we're working on this. And I don't know nothing about foreign jobs. And I'll tell you, I definitely need your help. Especially Mazda fanatics. So if you follow the channel, then you know this is our all original Mazda 626 1981 Luxury Edition. And it's only got 49,500 miles on it, like the third owner. And we've tried to keep it original and take it to shows and just enjoy it. But then, well, I let my daughter start driving it to school and whatnot, and well, let's just say that hasn't gone well. It's starting to smoke every now and then. The catalytic converters are kind of clogged up pretty good. And, well, she's killed the interior. So, we're going to fix on it. And, well, since I can't buy parts for it, we're going to have to do things to it now. I know it's only original once, but we can't fix it. So we're gonna have to delete on a bunch of stuff and figure out what we're gonna do. And I thought, wouldn't it make a good sleeper? Let me ask the guys around, you know, Central Florida on YouTube, the Mazda guys, what? Help? I mean, what else can I say? SOS? Beep, 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 beep. I don't know the Morse codes. But I need assistance on this. If it was one of these, well, I'd be alright, I know what to do. But I don't know what to do here. So, help. That's what I'm saying. Well, let's get into it, actually. I gotta get it over here, underneath the carport, get it jacked up. We're losing daylight tonight, so I'm just gonna get it on stands, and first thing tomorrow, we'll just tear into it real quick. You see what I'm saying? You see all this stuff here? I mean, there's just so much debauchery. It's got to go. I can't do anything. So this is gonna go, right? And then what do we do with the motor? I can't find parts for it. I don't want the rotary though. Let's get away from the rotary. If we're gonna swap the whole motor, let's do something different. But I want to try and get ponies out of this first and make the old Mazda, you know, a sleeper. I mean, come on, look at her. So we've got it up on jack stands. Well, we've got the front ramped and the back's on a jack and jack stands, and we got to get, oh yeah, up under here and get these two cats out, here and here, and then all the way up to the manifold. So we got a better angle this way, it looks like. So this cat, and then there's another one up here. Both of those have got to come out of here. Try to get some light up here. This cat, because I don't know which one of the two is clogged. I guess I could cut it right here, and then if we're flowing good there, leave that one on, and just, you know, put a piece in here. We're gonna do away with them both. Actually, we don't need them, so we're gonna go ahead and unbolt it back here and wherever else we can up here. But we got this tube that recirculates a little, you know, exhaust gases back up. Let me climb up to the top there and show you what we got to do up there. Alright, so here's our up top view, and that tube comes up through the end of our manifold here and recirculates back. And in order to get all this off, I'm either going to have to, well, I got to get this loose. I'm going to have to unbolt this, because all this manifold is going to come down when I take it off, and then I'm going to have to figure out how to block all of the the lines so it's not, you know, a vacuum leak or whatever. Alright, we'll get in here and show you where we're at. Is that, I don't know, something like this. Let me see. That was sitting something like that. And there's the whole chunk. I just unbolted it from back there in the back. Bolted a hanger, you know, like right there. And then unbolted the 3 bolts from the flange and this tube. And when I got it out, I just crudely took the Sawzall and, you know, cut off all this stuff we're not going to use. So, yeah, now all I got to do is put this, you know, back on there, and then start attaching pipe and hooking back up to the muffler and the rest of the tailpipe back here. And I'm going to get you in there, show you as we start putting it back together and getting our new pipe ran. And I know it was hard getting in. There's old bolts and it's rusty and I got fluid dripping, but we got it out, you know. Let's look up under here and see. There's the rest of our pipe hanging that we're going to attach to. And way up in that dark hole is where we're going to go to. So, yep. Alright, let me get back on getting it together and I'll set you up to ride. Well, yes, it's day 2. It rained all day. And I tacked a bunch of pieces in and got a bunch done. And then ran out of welding wire. So, I called it. And now we're out here the next morning. We're going to finish tacking all of our turns in and building our little bends, and then I'll pull the whole piece back out, weld it up right. Not really. It'll be horrible, but it'll stick together. And stick her back in. So, get up in here and peep some tack welding or something. We'll see. So here we are. Got all the, you know, pipe welded in or whatever, tacked up. Some of them are welded. We're gonna finish putting it together. This is the pipe that is gonna replace the 2 cats. Listen, it's what I had. I don't have a pipe bender. I'm gonna have to get the hammer and tap and weld, and you know, we're gonna make it look good. And then jam it back in here and fire it up straight piped before we hook it to the muffler, so we can see what the performance Mazda would sound like. Alright, let's get set up and do some bzz, 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 bzz. It's gonna be horrible, so don't criticize me. So there's our horrible stick. Cleaned up the welds. I didn't clean them up real good, but I just cleaned them up enough where I could make sure that we were good. Now, I'm going to climb up underneath here and put it back in the car. Here we are. Putting the pipe back in. Oh, I need a gasket on here. We'll get you in here. Don't worry. We'll get you in here. I can't see anything up there. I'm doing it by feel. So I can hold this down here. Yep. But they're going. she's back in. Yahtzee. Now I gotta slide back out of here. I need a lift. Can someone, you know, send me a lift in a box? I thought I'd try. Another little shot here of our shady setup. And then we're just gonna get these two and, you know, put them together and do some Zeusing. Look, it's not exactly correct, but it's gonna fit. It's gonna fit for us today. And then, you know, when we do all the upgrading on the front of the car, then we can just Zeus this off again and either go straight pipe then, or, you know, finish it out with something that can breathe. Well, the exhaust is back on. It's not hooked to the muffler. We're running straight pipe. So the right thing to do would be to fire it up, right? And see how would the old Mazda sound? You know, breathing in race mode. Probably too loud. But we're gonna let it breathe a little bit. See if we can blow some carbon out of the head. So let's do that. That was a little bit loud, wasn't it? Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to hook it to the muffler, because my daughter's driving it to school right now before we make it fast. She's not gonna drive it after we make it fast, because, well, she can barely drive. There she is. Our, you know, homemade exhaust, but it's into the muffler now, so she ain't screaming loud like she was, because this ain't no race vehicle, although it's gonna be. And we'll open it up then. So now that this is done, I even put a new fuel filter in it back here. The fuel filter's up underneath this panel, and you know, while I was in here, I said, why not do a little maintenance? And so we took care of that. So now we gotta get it off the jack and jack stands and back on the ground so we can address some of the, oh yeah, we gotta spray. And you know what, I'm gonna rub this down real quick right here and spray a little rust reformer on it, just so, you know, it don't look so bad and it don't continue to go any further. I think this rust came from a brake leak, and it came right down the thing. But we'll just kind of help it stop, you know? Get it on there thick. And this just ain't paint. Don't think I'm just covering it up. It's rust reformer. It's got the science in it to do the reforming stuff. If you know what that science is, you can feel free to tell me in the comments, you know. I don't know what the science is. I just know it needs a little rust to do what its science is. And look, I mean, it's already looking new. We got to get up in here. We're trying to get as much as we can. I mean, we like this car. Let's try and keep it from rotting away. Look at that brand new Petman arm. Okay, let's get a tie rod. Yep. I like those. Some more brand new frame rail. What do you think? Think we did good? Or am I wasting my time? I don't know. Looks like I put brand new subframe in here. Oh, let's get a little bit of this because we can see it. Probably ain't gonna stick here. This is probably pretty greasy. But why not? While we're in here, you know? Yahtzee. Well, now that we got it all put back together and on the ground, And we're going to get inside the guts here and try to address the interior that they've been tearing up on me. So here's the issue I'm having, is that it's all old original interior, and the lady I got it from before me, well, she didn't use it much, and it shows, because as we been using it, it's just starting to come apart on us, you know, everywhere. My kid's been sitting in it, taking it to school, and my son rides over here, and my youngest son is 220 or so, and he's been giving the seats a workout, all the way around. And it wasn't just one tear, it just started tearing everywhere, because it's an old car that hasn't really been used its whole life. So I had a good idea. You could have the whole seat reupholstered for a couple $100, which I'm not ready to do right now, see, because, well, my daughter's going to keep driving this car a little bit until we got her souped up. So I'm not wasting money. I just got some car seats, some car covers that from the auto parts warehouse place, and well, they don't look too bad. So that's what I got. I stuck one on the driver's side just to kind of see what it would look like. We don't have it tied down correctly, so I know you're like, oh, it's wavy, it looks like crap, but yeah, it does. But that actually looks better than this. Can we just kind of hide it and save it a bit till they're done destroying the rest of the car on me, or until I destroy it? With, I don't know, turbos maybe. So let's try to tie this in correctly and tight like it should be, and see what it looks like then. A little bit of tugging might help though. I mean, if it don't fit, you must have quit. And by the magic of TV, voila, 2 seats covered to, so that it don't look too bad. Looks much better than the seat falling apart, and yeah. So, like I said, I don't know anything about this foreign, stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start eliminating on this, I think. But I don't know what I'm doing. So that's why I want the YouTube helps, or the Mazda guys. I mean, how can we get some ponies out of her? I know I had to get rid of the cats. They were clogged up and causing an issue, but now I want to lose all the pollution controls and everything we don't need, and maybe try and find an intake in a Weber carb, and just let's simplify this and see what we can do first, before we go drastic with a whole new motor swap. Alright, let's go for a ride. Let's see what just taking the cats out, getting them unclogged and letting it flow, see what that did. And we'll talk about this. We'll try to figure out what we're going to do. Well, now that you see what we're working with, what do we do with it? What do we do? The Mazda motor? Do we do it to something from a new car? I don't know. I want to put an LS or a 350 in it, but I don't think that's possible. So let's keep it, within reason. But wouldn't it make a neat sleeper? I think so. Hit us up in the comments. Tell us what can we do. I'm gonna start getting on taking the pollution stuff off in the next video, and we'll go from there. We'll figure out what we can do. Keep you updated. Till next time, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. All the good stuff. Go down there, hit the thumb thing, like, subscribe, come back, and let's do something with this.